Look who's bracing the Madden cover of 2025. Do you believe in Madden? With the new offensive coordinator, will this offense even be better than expected? The Eagles have the recipe for another Super Bowl run? With that being said, I got the coldest panel in the game. You already know what to do. Cue the music. Welcome to the Skybox, where we give our epic perspective in the imperfect sports world. Now, let me introduce you to the coldest panel in the game. What up, Daryl? What's going on, my guy?
Yeah.
Mamba, what's good with you guy?
What's happening, Captain?
You already know. Let's get right into it. Right now, we're at 382 subscribers. You already know what the little goal is. It is 400 subscribers. But you know what the main thing is? It's 1,000 subscribers. Now, if you like that NFL content with a little bit of entertainment with the Philadelphia Eagles, you already know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button because it's only $3.99. All right. Look who just braced the Madden cover. 2K say, you already know, a.k.a. Saquon Barkley. Everyone is talking about now, of course, the Madden Curse. Especially what happened to Christian McCaffrey. He only played 4 games last year. Daryl, do you believe in the Madden Curse?
I mean, not necessarily a Madden curse, but I believe in numbers. I believe in statistics. I believe that probably 95% of the people on the Madden cover have gotten injured during the season, including a dual Madden cover that had Larry Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu on it, and both of them got injured that year. And I also believe that after 2,000-yard seasons, there hasn't been one running back to get over 14 yards. I think that being Barry Sanders in 1998. We don't forget about Terrell Davis had about 400 the next year. And then you're going to add probably 3-4 more games that Saquon Barkley played, more than them, including playoffs and an extended season. And now we're expecting him to do the exact same thing again. I mean, I'm pretty sure he already had the injury prone tag before he got there. You know what I mean? He's never had that many carries like that, which is good and bad at the same time. But you know what I mean? I just don't think the body can sustain 34 games without any type of missing time. And you know what I mean? It was a historic year last year. Salute to him. But you know what I mean? The standards change now. And I think, you know what I mean, people see him and they'll target him. Defenses will, you know what I mean, watch film for him more than they did last year.
Well, I'm listening to what you're saying, and you're talking about all the injuries and stuff. I want to run down a few things. In 2024, Josh Allen was on the Madden cover, threw for 40+ touchdowns. God rest his soul, John Madden was on 2023 since he passed away in 2021. TB12 and Pat Mahomes were on the cover. TB12 threw for over 5,000 yards. 43 touchdowns at age 44. Pat Mahomes, what did he do? He threw for 37 touchdowns and got him to the AFC title game. Lamar Jackson in 2021 came off a MVP season and almost had a back-to-back MVP season that following year. 2020, easy, not a problem. You already know what happened. The GOAT won the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't.
3 out of the 11 players that has played on that cover has been cursed. 3 out of 11. So it looks like the way this is going, it sounds like we're putting a little bit too much on this Madden curse because the numbers here don't lie.
It goes back to Sean Alexander on the Madden curse. It can't be 11 covers. Sean Alexander was on it in 2004, I think.
Okay.
Good.
Mamba, I want to ask you this question. why are the Phillies concerned? Why are Phillies so concerned with Saquon on the Madden 2025 cover?
Well, it's superstition. I mean, Mahomes did win the Super Bowl. Brady did not win the Super Bowl, but he won MVP. And I mean, if we want to look at historic years, look at Calvin Johnson's year, after appearing on the cover. So, when I look at this, you're always going to have that fan that questions it based on the high profile guy that goes on the cover. I mean, it does seem to assimilate into our culture as NFL fans to think, oh, you make the cover, we're screwed. But at the same time, what is more bothersome is that Saquon is not getting younger, he's getting older, and he's going to be prone for injuries. That's just a reality. And the reality is to have this same expectations rushing wise this year, you're setting yourself up for, a bad expectation. So,
yeah, well, we're just gonna have to see what goes on, and with him gracing the Madden cover. Yeah, he's the 99, first Eagle to ever be a 99 rating on Madden. But I want you guys to comment below. What do you guys think about Saquon Barkley being on the Madden cover? Is it a curse? Is it a gift? I want you guys to comment below. Now, if you want, hit that like and subscribe button if you like that NFL and that Philadelphia Eagles content with a little bit of entertainment. Now, if you hit that like, subscribe, and comment below, you will get a response from me or one of the coldest panel in the game. I'll tell you right now, you comment below, you already know. Comment below. Seeing how dominant this offense was last year, people are saying the new offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo, could possibly make this offense even better than Kellen Moore. Here was what Shady said about the new offensive coordinator. Check this out.
Players tell me that the offense is really the offense.
No doubt.
They don't care who the corner is. You come over here to fit the Jalen Hurts offense.
I know you want to change the offense and keep the defense on its heels. But my question to you, Daryl, is which way would you go with this offense?
I mean, it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Run, run, pass, run, run, pass, run, run, pass, run, run, pass. Hey, Hurts, 20 to 25 a game, 150, 200, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Saquon, you getting the ball 20, 25 times. I think there's just only thing there is about this OC is that there's optimism. There's also optimism about the one OC y'all had that was Jalen Hurts is high school coach. Oh man, this is gonna be so good. He has so much chemistry, and then it's like then the season will come, and then the records will tell you if it works or not. And right now, of course, it's easy to say it's gonna work for real. He just needs to rinse and repeat. If I was him, rinse and repeat. That's it. They got the formula. You don't need to add on to it.
There it is. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. That's all you got to do. Rinse and repeat. Check out what he said, how his coaching philosophy is, and listen to what he learned from Kellen Moore last year. Check this out.
Time you can get around somebody that's different, kind of outside your circle or new, right? It can expand your knowledge, right? It just kind of tests you, and it brings something different to the table and a new piece of information that you may not have had. And him and I worked very closely last year together on, putting the offense together. And it was fun. I learned a lot from him, and I think the same from back and forth, right? We had a lot of conversations back and forth, what he had done in the past, whether it was Dallas or the Chargers, and what we had done here. And trying to bridge that as a staff was unique. That doesn't happen a ton, and it was really, really successful, obviously. But benefiting from his knowledge and being able to ask questions to him and the back and forth conversations. And during games, it was the same kind of thing, the back and forth. We had a very unique relationship. We didn't know each other prior to. And, it went quickly to where we trusted each other, and I could lean on him and he could lean on me. So, working with him last year was a huge benefit.
Now, if you want, hit that like and subscribe button if you like that NFL and that Philadelphia Eagles content with a little bit of entertainment. Now, if you hit that like, subscribe, and comment below, you will get a response from me or one of the coldest panel in the game. I'll tell you right now, comment below. You already know. Comment below. There's a recipe out there when it comes down to when you win the Super Bowl and you come back in the next season. It was said earlier that Saquon Barkley says he thinks that we do have the recipe to come back to win the Super Bowl. My question to you is, do you think the Eagles have that recipe to repeat as Super Bowl champions in a difficult journey?
I mean, again, you're talking by next year, that's going to be 40 games. And last year, I can only think of one key player that was on defense that was injured for y'all during the Super Bowl. I mean, for y'all to have a smooth, clean, healthy 2 seasons like that, like y'all had the AJ, few games, Devontae here, there, but not compared to like a key dude like, you know what I mean? When the defensive player went out for the Lions, that was a little bit of the heart taken out. You know what I mean? They still limped to the finish line, but they did limp. And it's a lot of times that happens to teams, and the Eagles know it better than anybody. That's Nick Foles' story. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? There's a lot of dudes on there that's really injury prone that got a pretty clean season last year. I think the recipe for them is if they go into the playoffs healthy, look out, because by that time they'll be battle tested with a top 5 tough schedule. And if they go in 12, 13 wins, I mean, they do know the formula. They know what to do it. And as easy as it sounds, if you haven't been there, you don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So, and I mean, I think they could have healthy, but I think 2 seasons to the health that they could get is hard.
Mamba, do you think, do you expect them to repeat as champions?
I mean, as a Philadelphia fan, our expectations are always high. Are they realistic? Again, injury. I've said this time and time again. Daryl knows I have. Injuries is what dictates where you are. You know, he also used the great phrase, battle tested. Top 5 schedule in the NFL. How are you approaching this? What is your backup strategy? Because Nick Foles, Big Dick Nick, is not walking out of the tunnel to take over for Jalen Hurts. Okay? That statue is not coming to life of Nick Foles to take the field. Nick Foles is playing pickleball probably somewhere in Jupiter, Florida. Okay?
Killing
it. And he's killing it too. So when I look at this situation, I go in with optimism, but I'm also a little pessimistic. This is what, the 6th offensive coach change for Jalen Hurts in a short period of time. I'm hoping because he was the passing coordinator, those things don't change. But then Jalen also knows that he has got to continue to evolve. Okay? Yes, he put the naysayers to bed. Look at me in the big game, I can step up. But what happens if Saquon becomes Ache-Quan? Okay? Aches and pains all over the place. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, does A.J. Dillon step up and fill that role of a LeGarrette Blount, you know, in the Super Bowl? Does Shipley rise to the next level and doesn't run out of gas at the 10-yard line when he breaks one off? So there are a lot of things to be considered here. And the biggest thing is the injury bug. You know, you better have some deep out there because it's coming to bite you.
There it is. There it is. So it sounds like when it comes down to it, one of the biggest things that they both said about the recipe and the repeat is injuries and a little bit of depth. If they have those injuries, do they have the depth? I want you guys to comment below. Do we have the recipe? And will the Eagles repeat? Comment below. If you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, email us at the number one skybox at gmail.com. It's your boy, Mamba. It's your boy, Daryl T. And it's me, Michael
Here.
C, the source of life over the mic. And I'm going to leave you with a few words. Now let's make it.
I keep money on my mind because I'm better
Go
than you.
Birds.
I don't never waste my
Say,
time. I got better
Go
to do.
Birds.
Waste, where, bitch, I never could lose. Better than me is something that you never
Yeah,
could
Go
do.
Sixers.
Keep money
Go
on my mind 'cause
Villanova.
I'm better
Go
than you. I
Flyers.
don't never waste my time. I got
Go
better to
Birds.
do. Waste, where, bitch, I never could lose. Better than me is something that you never could do.
let's make this epic. You like this episode? Just see who the Eagles got in the NFL draft this 2025.